Hey, good morning. Reggie Pegues here, coming to you from the NYC, prosperingdad.com. And I just want to wish you a wonderful morning. It's Wednesday, the third day of January. And I hope you find yourself, I hope that I find you and you find me well, happy, and prospering. As you can see today, we're continuing our You Are Worthy series. And the topic today is the war on poverty starts and ends in the mind. The war on poverty starts and ends in the mind. Good morning, James Anderson. Thank you for joining. And as always, if you're watching on YouTube, this started off as a Facebook Live. And as people come on and I acknowledge them in real time, just indulge me because I like to say good morning. So what you guys can do as you come on, just type in the comments where you're viewing me from, and so I can acknowledge you and say good morning. So as I said, the topic today is the war on poverty starts and ends in the mind. I am a member of a group. Good morning, Dennis. How good to see you. I'm a member of a group called the Virtual Millionaires Club. And my mentor is Mr. Myron Golden. Good morning, Patrick. How you doing? Good to see you. My mentor is Mr. Myron Golden. He's what I call my money mentor. And I'm going to do a video on the importance of having coaches and mentors in our life, if not this week, coming up real soon. But this is something that we need to know and share. And I need to share and teach this so we can advance 2018. 2018 is, people always say, this is my year, but I want you to really understand exponentially that 2018, for a lot of reasons in which I will share in upcoming videos, is actually your year if you take action and position yourself. So last night, and with the Virtual Millionaires Club, every Tuesday evening at 9 o'clock. And if you want to know more about the Virtual Millionaires Club, just comment Virtual Millionaires Club, and I will make sure that you get access to the free training calls that we do. And the thing about the Virtual Millionaires Club that makes it so cool is this. It's actually an educational portal. It's an educational portal for entrepreneurs. But we learn business principles using the Bible. So that's the thing that was very intriguing to me and why I'm involved. And I get to associate and network with so many different people from different levels of economics and different businesses and stuff. So it's just tremendous. So if you want to know more about the Virtual Millionaires Club, just comment Virtual Millionaires Club or VMC in the comments, and I'll make sure that you have access. So we were talking about last night, the war on poverty starts and ends in the mind. And this is a very interesting concept, and I think that it ties into what we're doing here with the You Are Worthy series, because we talk about the negative conversations that we have with ourselves. We talk about developing a positive mindset. We talk about controlling our thought processes so we can achieve the outcomes that we want to have. So we were discussing, in the webinar, we were discussing, where does poverty actually originate? And most people believe that poverty is an external thing. Now, there are things that are outside of ourselves that create impoverished circumstances and situations, lack of funding, poor conditions. There are variables. Ulysses, nice to see you. I see a lot of Pegueses jumping on here this morning. So there's a lot of external things that, good morning, sir. There's a lot of things that externally that create impoverished circumstances. But poverty starts in our mind. It starts with our mindset. And where do we get these thoughts? Where do we get these thoughts? And I had to think about this, and when Mr. Golden and some other things that I've read led me to this level of understanding, it's verbal communication. How many of us have heard, possibly our parents, because they got it from somewhere, say, money doesn't grow on trees. Do you think I'm made of money? Phrases like that very subtly take root into our subconscious mind, and it affects our thought process about money. How many times have you heard this misquoted? Money is the root of all evil. That is that's misquoted. The word in the Bible says, it doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. So you see how it changes the whole meaning just by taking out one word? So we get these thoughts. We get these thoughts from just traditional conversations. These things are implanted into us as young as 2 or 3 years old. You ask for something and you hear, I don't have money, or you hear statements that people with money are evil, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. If you really check the Bible, we are all positioned to be wealthy, because if you understand the phrase that we are blessed to be a blessing, then you would understand that the blessing comes from our overflow, our increase, and our abundance, not our sacrifice. So in order to, or where scripture says that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children's children. Well, how can you leave an inheritance if you have nothing to leave? So we have to be mindful and be aware of our conversations of where do we get these negative thoughts about money. And we must control that thought process in our mind. Be very mindful, because we've already established that what we say has power. We've already established the fact that, with all the internal conversations that we have within ourselves on a daily basis, 80% of those conversations are negative. They're either negative about somebody else, they're negative about ourselves, or whatever it is. So we are building a mindset to identify first that negative conversation and turning it around in a way that helps us and benefits us to have the type of outcomes that we want to have. The other way that we get conditioned through society. Society wants you to believe that you're not worthy of creating wealth, that you're not worthy to be more than your paycheck, that your time isn't valuable. And you say, Reggie, well, how do we get that? The media controls the masses. The things that you read, the things that you see, depending on what you read, and definitely, watching the news, different things like that. It helps to shape your mindset. They spend millions of dollars to try to affect our minds through commercials. For example, because they want you to spend more money in December for Christmas, they start showing your kids and start showing movies and supplanting the idea and planting the seed about spending your income on Christmas as early as August in the summer. So now you don't even get to get a full summer. Thanksgiving, you might as well forget about it now, because all they want to get you to do on Thanksgiving evening is to stand in line for hours to buy stuff that you can't afford technically, and will put you in debt. So it conditions you. It conditions you for poverty. It puts you in a position not to invest in yourself, but to invest in other things that will keep you poor. That's why the war of poverty starts and ends in our minds. Lastly, I want you guys to understand, each and every one of us, those who are watching live now and those who watch the rebroadcast, you have to understand it's a personal choice. It really is a personal choice. Just like happiness is a personal choice, wealth creation is a personal choice. Scratch-offs, if you look at it mathematically, or playing the lottery, things like that, you have a better chance of jumping off a cliff with no parachute and surviving than you actually do of winning the lottery. But yet and still, We spend our money on that instead of, for example, if you took $50 or $100 a month and invested it in Bitcoin, and that's a whole nother conversation that we're going to have. But right now, if you're looking to grow your money, if you're looking to really take the savings that you have and really put that money to work, which is really the purpose of having money. The purpose of having money is to put it to work to create more money. It's not to buy things. And that's a whole nother video that we'll be doing in this series. But money is to create more money. So you can actually be a blessing to other people, which activates the law of reciprocity in your life so you can have more. That's basically the elements of the equation to how that works. But it's your choice. You can, every day when you get up, by the decisions that you make, or if you examine your life presently, if you don't have the things that you would like to have in your house, if you don't have the kind of finances that you would like to have in the bank, if you're not living at the level or standard in which that you would like to live, these are all the results of your own personal thoughts. So you have to fight this battle within your mind. You have to make some choices. You have to make some changes. You may have to change some habits. I know that I did. I had to change some habits. I had to change some thought processes. I had to change the people that I hang around. Hey, Sam, good to see you. I had to change the people that I hung around because, see, there's an old saying. If you hang around 9 broke people, I guarantee you that you'll be the 10th. Because mindset plays a role. The people that you hang out with plays a role. So when I changed, first made up my mind and made the decision that I wanted to create wealth, not only to leave generational wealth for my children's children's children and my grandchildren, but I wanted to be able to contribute more to life, to humanity. I want to be able to write checks to help somebody in a circumstance, to solve somebody's problem, or give away a house, or give away car. That's what I want to do. So that's my motivation. That's why I do it. And by taking that particular train of thought, I'm being blessed 100 times over in my businesses, in my relationships. It's changed my personality. It's changed my demeanor. And see, God is not respectful of a person. So if he's done it for me, he'll do it for you. But you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. So, as we recap, I want you to get it that you are worthy. You're worthy of everything that your heart desires if you're willing to do what it takes to acquire it. The war on poverty starts and ends in your mind. It starts and ends in my mind. You got to understand and start to identify where these thoughts are coming from. Start identifying within yourself, where do you have these ambivalent feelings towards money? Which is really an odd thing, because why would you have a problem with money? And a lot of people that I coach and mentor on this subject and others, and even myself, I had to fight this within myself. I had ideas that I didn't even know that actually were blocking me from obtaining wealth. So you got to figure out where these thoughts come from. Understand that the time that you spend watching TV, it's all meant to control you. There is a part of the populace that does not want this type of information to get out, because if you had more people, which I am part of and developing a team of enlightened millionaires, people who understand and live by principles, who understand the principles of giving, that understand that collectively that we will be able to impact this world. Because see, if you control enough wealth, people have to listen. Perfect example. In California, they just passed the law to be able to purchase marijuana. How did that come about? Because the people voted for it. So even though the government might not have been wanting of it, that they weren't really open to that idea. They had to succumb because the people spoke. So understand that the media wants to control you. The media wants to control you, and it wants you not, it wants you to stay in poverty, not to build and create anything that generates wealth. And lastly, I want you to understand it's your choice. You have a choice every day that you get up by what you do with the currency that you have to either create wealth or to remain broke. It's a choice. So I want you guys to take this under advisement. I want you guys to think about this. Comment what you think and let me know what you think about this particular topic. As always, you can hop over to my YouTube channel, Hollis2051 YouTube. Like this video or any video that you watch there, and be sure that you subscribe over there on my YouTube channel. Hit the notification button here so you know when I come on, and we can have these type of discussions on a daily basis. Like and share this video because someone needs this message today. You can win the war on poverty in your own mind, but you have to take action. As always, I want you guys to know that you are worthy. You're worthy to have the life that you want, to have the things that you want in life, and you have the right to shape the outcomes that you want in your own life. But you first have to understand that you are worthy. You have to take 100% responsibility for self. Take action every day. And each and every day, just tell yourself, I'm getting better and better every day. So on that note, may God continue to bless you. I hope that you got some value out of this and out of all the videos that I shoot each and every day. And I just want you to know that you're worthy. You deserve it. You deserve it. But you have to go and get it. All right? On that note, like I said, may God continue to bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.